Lots.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We are the Isupk. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Right. Of course, we know tonight is the Brotherhood class. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and type it out. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get up in there. Right. And we want to get into John, the 4th chapter, of course, and explain brotherhood, how important brotherhood is. You know, you got tons of brothers and sisters dying, man, throughout the world, especially America, due to lack of knowledge and lack of brotherhood and sisterhood. So I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes to get up in here and we get on. All right, let's start at 1 John 4:1. All right.
First John, third John.
Oh, 1 John.
Come on. It's the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 1.
Right.
Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Now, of course, right. He's simply telling the people to be aware, be on point. Why? Because just like today in America, you have preachers, you understand me, that, has the Bible. Everybody has this Bible, but what they do, they lie on the Bible. They make up their own philosophy. So it's like, so they can get rich. But it's like, right now, actuality, to actually know a man of God, like the brother's saying, you got to try the spirit. You got to see if they actually obey the book and not just have it in your car and it's just sitting and you don't open it up, but who actually obeys the book. That's why he's saying try the spirits. Let's read on, please.
Come on, hereby know ye that the Spirit of God, every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh, is of God.
Okay, Most High Christ. So when it comes to change, right? Changing your life, it all starts with confession, all right, and action, all right. You can't confess a sin and simply go back and continue that sin. You understand me? Like the Lord said in 2 Corinthians 5:17, he said, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. You understand? You can't be a man in Christ and be new and simply go back to your old habits or your old bad ways. You understand me? He said, hereby ye that the Spirit of God, every spirit that confesseth that Christ is come in the flesh is God. Now, when you look at the Christian church, man, they don't even believe in Christ. Number one, they don't believe in no nigga Christ. You understand me? They don't even believe that Christ is the Son of God. To them, to most of them, right? It's like Christ is God. You understand me? And they don't understand the Bible. You understand me? Which is why brotherhood is so important, because of the Spirit of Christ and Christ dying on that cross. He gave us his Spirit to simply be able to not just read the Bible, but understand the mysteries in this Bible. And Christianity is not of God, right? Is not of, Christ, Yahweh Mashiach, but Christianity is of the world. Now, why do I say that? Because they do it the things of the world, which is sin. You understand? You look in America, this world, this generation, like, hates God, man, with a passion. You understand me? And I blame the leaders, because without laws in place, you have no order. You understand me? It's like running a house. If you don't have no rules in your house, man, you're going to have kids running around everywhere, man. You understand me? They eating when they want to eat, making a mess, they ain't cleaning. If you don't have rules, there will be no order. You understand me? And we are not in the spirit of Christ today, simply because Christianity and those pastors teaching that God's laws are done away with, which really it makes no sense. You understand me? Because why the hell would Christ die? So we can keep, molesting babies. So we can keep raping women. So we can keep, defiling ourselves. Hey, that would mean that his death was pointless. You understand me? It was a pointless death, man. You understand me? To actually know God, you got to truly believe that Christ came in the flesh. You understand me? Meaning what, right? If Christ came in the flesh, just like me and you, and if he was able to be perfect, when I say perfect, meaning obey all the commandments of God, then that means we can do it also. You understand me? Let's read on. You die.
Come. Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God.
See, that is not of God. Read on.
Come. And this is that spirit of Antichrist.
Now, what is the spirit of Antichrist, right? The spirit of Antichrist is anyone that is against Christ. You understand me? Anybody that teaches, things against Christ, right? Christ taught us to love thy brother as thyself. Christ taught us to obey God and not, bow down to idols and, join philosophies and selling drugs and hating one another, right? Antichrist are the Christians. They are the Muslims, right? Your grandmother, your grandfather, anybody that is not following Christ is the spirit of Antichrist. Was why when you come to the truth, right? People start to hate you. Your family start to hate you. Why? Because they see that something is different about you. You understand? You're not living your life how you used to live your life anymore. And that spirit is the spirit of Christ. So anybody that is anti-Christ is going to hate you for serving God. You understand? You may say, damn, why you hate me? Because I'm not smoking weed no more. I'm not snorting cocaine no more. I'm not a whore no more. I'm not, selling drugs anymore. When it's like, and the spirit is like, they hate that. They hate that thing that is in you, which is the spirit of God. Why? Because the spirit of Antichrist hates Christ. You understand me? They go against Christ. They listen to themselves and their own flesh and their own mind. You understand me? The spirit of Antichrist is the world. The world and the people that is in the world, all of them have the spirit of Antichrist because nobody in the world is obeying Christ. Okay, let's read on, you Dottie.
Come. Whereof ye have heard that it should come, even now already is it in the world.
Right, you see that? Meaning it's already here. Listen, you go outside your door, you see sin. You understand me? It's in the air. You can smell all the weed once you go out. You understand me? You can see people, just full of so much pride, man. You see whores on the corners, man, prostituting, man, they're bodies. You understand me? The spirit of Antichrist been here. You understand me? Why? Because like the Lord said in Jeremiah, right? We are a rebellious nation of people. You understand me? 400 years of slavery was completely unnecessary. And I want to tell you why. Because we wasn't even supposed to be in that situation. You understand me? We went through slavery because we went against God. If we would have never went against God, man, we wouldn't be talking about America. We wouldn't be talking about slavery. We wouldn't be talking about the oppressor. We wouldn't be talking about, the oppressive Jesus, man. Listen, there wouldn't be none of that. Why? Because we'd be in our place, man. We'd be in our homeland. We have our laws. But now, because we refuse to obey God, we are in hell. We're in hell as a nation of people, man. Let's read on.
Come. Verse 4. Ye are of God, little children.
Okay, read that again.
Ye are of God, little children.
Now the Lord said, ye, meaning you are of God, little children. Go ahead.
Come, and have overcome them.
And have the what?
And have overcome them.
See that? And have overcome them. Overcame who? The world. Sin. You understand me? To overcome the world, listen, you need the Most High to be with you. You understand? Let me just say that. To even be able to read this book and understand this book, the Most High God needs to be with you, man. You understand me? Like the scriptures say it, right? When a man or woman come to the truth, man, the angels, they rejoice in heaven. Why? Because it's almost like America, you die.
Right.
You understand me? It's hard to find God, but everybody claim that they have God. Mm-hmm. You have Christian churches everywhere. They on every corner, hallelujah. You understand me? Singing and dancing, having a good old time, man.
Right.
But yet, nobody in that congregation or that church is obeying the Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
To overcome the world, it's like you gotta say F the world. I'm gonna tell you straight up, man.
Right.
Now when I say F the world, meaning don't do the things that you see the world doeth.
Right.
You understand me? Don't partake in evil, like the Lord said. The Lord said in Deuteronomy 7:6. He said, we are a holy nation of people, man. We are to be separated from the other nations. The other nations and all nations are going to get ready to celebrate Memorial Day on Monday. John, tell you, everybody gonna be cooking out. You understand? You know they all gonna be smoking weed, you die.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, man, they had to cook out, smoking weed, getting high. You can forget about the fornication. You understand me? Fornicating everywhere. Wives ain't gonna be wives anymore. Mm-hmm. Parties and drinking. And of course, you can drink, but goddamn, you drink in the world, man. You got fights, man. They fighting, they arguing, man. They can't get along. You understand me? And now you have chaos. You understand me? And the Lord ain't call us, man, to be a part of this world. Which why he said in John, right? 1 John 2:15, he said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, then the love of God is not in him. We cannot love the world and love God. We cannot love ourselves more than God. Because if we love ourselves, right, then I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Hey, I'm going to celebrate my birthday. Why? Because this is my day. I'm going to get high. Why? Because I'm so depressed and I'm so stressed out. And all I know is to escape away from my problems. So I go ahead and smoke all the weed all day, 24/7, until you get tired of it. You understand me? And then you move on to another drug. God said to overcome this world, man, you will be rewarded. But to actually overcome the world, you need brotherhood. You
right.
need sisterhood. Think about it. Christ was the greatest man to ever walk the face of this earth, a black man. You understand me? And even he had 12 disciples. You understand me? He had 12 disciples, man, that was rolling with him, rocking with him, man. Now, of course, you had one left. Judas, he turned out to be a traitor, man. But the thing is, you need brotherhood. Without brotherhood, without sisterhood, listen, you have the world coming at you. You understand me? Let's read on, you die, please.
God. Because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
Now, what is that thing that is in you? You brothers and sisters that serve God. What is that thing that is in you? The Spirit of God. Not being a coward. You understand me? The spirit of faith. Being courageous for the truth. Being a fanatic. You understand me? Being willing to die. To die for what you believe in. Well, it's like people in the world, they just go ahead and just join and do everything everybody else is doing. That's normal. You understand me? And it's easy. It's easy. You see everybody, selling drugs or smoking drugs, and you just go ahead and be a part of it. Why? Because hey, I'm just like them. I'm just like them. I just might as well go ahead and live my life just like them because I'm one of them. But to actually come out of that, man, the Lord said it is something stronger inside of you. And that thing is what Christ died for. Christ was not crucified on that cross for vanity. Christ wasn't crucified on that cross, man, for baby mothers and baby daddies. Christ was crucified on that cross for families, man. You understand me? Christ was crucified on that cross, man, to stop drug dealers, man. Mm-hmm. You understand me? He was crucified on that cross so we can learn our true identity. He was crucified on that cross so we can come back together and serve the Most High God, just so we can have that special thing in us, man. It was like, man, what, man, what the hell are you doing offering me some weed? What's that? Hell no, I'm not smoking weed. Where it's like, and on the world you die, it's like, if you don't smoke weed, you weird. Mm-hmm. You're weirdo. You don't smoke. You don't get how you do them, man. Mm-hmm. When it's like, man, to not smoke weed, man, you are better than them. Right. You understand me? Which why the Lord is saying that thing that is inside of you, it gives you faith. It gives you hope. You understand me? That better days are coming. And in the world, there is no hope. You understand me? The only hope in the world is your next high you are going to get. That is your next hope. Or, the next dollar you're going to get. You understand me? The next check you're going to get to pay your bills and take care of your kids. That's your only hope. Not in here. You understand me? To serve the Most High God, man, we have a bigger hope. And that hope is Christ, our King, Yahweh Mashiach. Knowing that despite all the pain and suffering that we go through in America, that light is at the end of that tunnel. You understand me? If you can hold on to that thing that is in you. Read on, please.
Come. Verse 5, they are of the world. Therefore, speak they of the world.
Right, you see that? Now, they are of the world. So now you get counsel from people in the world. Go ahead and leave your man. Hey, you can find somebody else. You find somebody better that's going to take care of you. You understand? You be getting counseling, man, by somebody that had herpes. You understand me? Somebody giving you counseling, man, and they have HIV. Like, what the hell you going to listen to them for? You so dumb and you so stupid. You understand me? People in the world speak as if they are in the world. You understand me? Damn, brother, man. Listen, she's corny, man. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Go find somebody else. You can find somebody better than that. Man, let's go party. Let's go out on the strip clubs. Let's go and have fun and dance and drink and get high all day. You understand? Let's go ahead and enjoy ourselves. Let's be happy. You understand me? Happiness is all worldly. You understand me? Real happiness is having discipline. You understand me? Not putting yourself in the same situation you always put yourself in. That is real happiness. Well, because now you know you won't be raped. Now you know you won't be shot. Why? Because you ain't on that corner anymore selling drugs. You're not in that house smoking drugs. You understand me? And now you put yourself in a safe environment where you know and you assure yourself that this will never happen again. Mm-hmm. But how is that even possible if you can't separate yourself from the world? Let's read on.
Come. And the world hears them.
Mm-hmm.
We are of God.
We are of what?
We are of God.
We are of what?
We are of God.
We are of God. Go ahead.
He that knoweth God heareth us.
Uh-huh.
He that is not of God heareth not us.
See that? He that is not of God heareth not us. You can't tell me nothing. I've been doing this my whole life. You understand me? It's like me talking to a basketball player about basketball. I can't tell him anything about basketball because this is his profession. He do it for a living. How can I tell him anything about basketball? Well, that's the same thing, man. When you're talking to a sinner, You can't tell a sinner nothing. They ain't trying to hear this. Why? Because this is their profession. They do it for a living. They cannot live without sin. So like you correct it, you say, hey, sis, you need to stop that. Hey, brother, man, you need to start having sex with whores. They don't hear it because they do it for a living. It's their job. You understand me? It is how they survive. It is how they get their fix, man. But like the Lord said, right? There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Life may be peaches and cream right now. You understand me? If you're a sinner, right? It can be fun and games and you enjoying your life until that day comes. You understand? That day comes, you sitting in your room crying like you done lost everything. And God, like, damn, all you had to do was obey me. You understand me? Like he promised us. And Deuteronomy 28:1. He said, we obey him, we'll be above all nations of people, all nations of people. And he also said, listen, you disobey me, man, you are going into slavery. Don't take this book for a joke. You understand me? God gave us this book to protect us, man, from our enemies, man. If we would have obeyed this book, the enemies would have never came close to us. They won't even have our name. God damn, look at the Jewish man in Israel talking about he Jewish. You understand me? They're in our land. Down there in Israel, when the Lord gave us that land, black man and black woman, but it was taken away from us because we sinned. Imagine what will be taken away from you if you sin. The Lord took away our whole identity, our name, our land, our people, our brotherhood, our sisterhood. Everything was taken away from us, man. Why? Because we decided to go the other way. Now, did it happen the next day? No. But over time, you start to see it others. Over time, it start to rack up and rack up and rack up. Let's read on, Yediah.
Come. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another.
Now, the Lord said, beloved, let us love one another, man. You understand me? What is real love according to God? Right fast. Hold this, Yediah. Give me 2 John 1:6. The Lord said, let us love one another. I know today in America, we were taught that, love is an emotion. Love is a feeling, right? And if that's the case, then goddamn, you ain't going to find no true love. You ever heard somebody say, hey, I fell out of love. I'm not in love no more. Why? Because you don't have that emotion. You don't have that feeling towards that person anymore. God said, love one another, not according to what we think love is, but according to what God said love is. Read 2 John 1:6, please.
God, look at 2 John chapter 1, verse 6.
Go ahead.
And this is love.
And this is what?
And this is love.
And this is what?
And this is love.
So this is real love, right? Go ahead.
That we walk after his commandments.
That we do what?
That we walk after his commandments.
That we do what?
That we walk after his commandments.
See that? Real love is discipline. Real love is, okay, I don't even like you, but because God, I'm going to be with you forever. You understand me? Because I made a covenant with you. That is real love right there. Real love is not committing adultery. Real love is not, coming up against your brothers or your sisters, man. The Lord said, be angry, but sin not. Real love is when we walk after the commandments of God. And the Lord said we are supposed to love one another, meaning we are supposed to keep the commandments concerning one another. Even if I'm mad, even if I'm angry, even if I'm upset, whatever the case may be, what's in this book should be done if you really love one another. You understand me? Go back to 1 John, Yediah.
1 John chapter 4, verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God.
Love is of what?
Love is of God.
See that? Love is of God, man. The Lord wants us to love one another. Now, the Lord ain't say you got to love the heathens. God damn. You know, all that hate you got up in you, man. Give it to the Chinese man. They deserve some hate. Give it to some of those Asians. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying, you know, go up in their stores and start, you know, busting their windows out. I'm not saying that. But know in your mind that they are evil. You understand me? And they hate God's chosen people. But when it comes to us, when it comes to our family, who we are, the people who God called to be called by his name, we are to love one another in word and in deed, man. Deed meaning action. You understand? You want to know if you know somebody love you or not? If they show that they love you. You understand me? And I'm not just talking about what you want them to show them, but according to the laws and statutes and the commandments of God. Read on, your diet.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God.
Right.
He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love.
For God, now, it don't say God is all love. See, Christians for this, see, God is love. Yeah, God is love when you are, you know, being obedient. But if you're not being obedient, then hey, you know, here, still show you love by punishing you. You understand? That's called what? Rough love, tough love. You understand me? Chastisement. Okay? Go ahead, read on.
Come. In this was manifested the love of God toward us. Because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world that we might live through him.
See that? So that we might live through him, man. And that's why it's so evil for Christians to say and teach that, you know, Christ died, so now we can just live life so lustful and, you know, just do the things that we want to do and eat the things that we want to eat. And it's like, in that case, then we making his death in vain. You understand me? And, man, you know, Christ was crucified, you know, terribly, man. Hey, man, they put our king through hell. And Christ was the brother. The brother. Let me tell you why. Because he suffered even though he ain't do anything. He suffered. He ain't make a no excuse and say, hey, I'm doing this because I'm mad. I'm doing this because I'm suffering, man. Christ did nothing wrong. Nothing. He ain't commit not one sin. We smoked all the week. We got high. We bowed down to that cobblestone, Allah. We bow down to Caesar Borgia, man. You understand me? Christ ain't do nothing against God. And he suffered. He suffered that. Even though he was innocent. It's almost like going to jail and you ain't murdered anybody. Well, goddamn, Christ went to jail, man. He went to death, was put to death. And he ain't do no evil. He suffered so we can live. You understand me? And it's so evil for Christians to teach that God's laws are done away with. When he suffers so he can bring us, he can redeem us, man, and bring us back to God. Because God was done with us, man. He was done with us. And if it wasn't for Christ making that sacrifice, listen, I don't know how can anybody smoke weed after knowing what Christ done went through your diet.
Right.
You understand me? All the pain he went through, the suffering he went through, man. For us to pick up this book and spit in his face, ooh, man, that's rough. It's a rough one right there, man. That's rough. You imagine the Lord like, man, my son was crucified, man. God gave us this book to realize, man, how great that man was and is today while he sitteth on the right-hand side of the Most High God. Let's read on, your diet.
God, herein is love. Not that we love God, but that he loved us.
That he do what?
But that he loved us.
Yeah, God loved us. Not that we love God. We don't love God. You understand me? We ain't love God. To love God, we must obey God. That's how you really show God that you love God. But God loved us. And the Most High God is so damn loyal. Listen, he sent his son to be crucified so the rest of his family can live. You understand me? That is real love right there. Hold that right fast, right? Right fast. Go to hold on. 1 John 4 and 20. Let's go ahead right fast with that.
Come on. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother.
Now, if a man say, I love God, you hear people say that all the time. Hey, I love God, right? Yeah, I hear you. Right, you love God, but you must love weed more than God. Right? You love God, but you hate your mother, you hate your daddy, you hate your own people. Listen, everybody loves God, right? Until it's time to say no to your flesh. Until it's time to say, oh, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway because God's going to love me no matter what. You don't love God. You are just a hypocrite. You understand me? And Christians are hypocrites, man. You understand me? The Lord said, if a man say, I love God, go ahead.
And hateth his brother.
And hateth his what?
And hateth his brother.
And hateth his what?
And hateth his brother.
Man, I can't stand that nigga right there. I can't stand that sister right there. And what?
And hateth his brother.
So if a man say, I love God, everybody say they love God, right? And hateth his brother, hateth his mother, hateth his daddy, his father, right? Gotta think about it, man. Yes, your parents are your parents. They are your parents, but they are also your brothers and your sisters as well. You understand me? So many, young men, young women growing up and they hate their own parents. Why? Because they were drug addicts and they wasn't around. And listen, I get it, but you got to keep in mind, we were in captivity for over 400 plus years. Like, take that hate that you have towards your parents and hate the oppressor.
Right.
Because most people I know, most people that I done met that hate their parents, they love white people. You love Sam. You love Becky, right? You love Susan, but yet you hate your own people. You hate who you are. You hate who you come from, who you descend from. The Lord said, if any man say he loved God, but hated his own brothers, God damn, how the hell can we love the oppressor and hate our own people? Like, what the hell did happen to us, man? What did got into us, man? You understand me? We love the oppressor. We speak to them so kind, but yet we go back to the hood and it's like, man, I can't stand this nigga right here. Homeless man asks you for $1, go get a job. Go get a job. But hey, don't let an oppressor come ask you for $1. Here you go, sir. You call him sir. He a homeless man. You're like, hey, sir, go ahead. Hey, sir. Hey, sir. Hey, what you need? You need hey, Dylan Root, what you need? Some burgers from Burger King. You understand me? You need a blessing, right? You take care of the oppressors. But when it comes to our own people, how the hell can a black man hate another black man? How can a black woman hate another black woman when we all didn't suffer together? We ain't no different than one another. It was one of the Lord saying we should love one another in word and in deed. But if any man say he loves God and hated his brother, let's find out what God said about that. Let's read on.
He is a liar.
He is a what?
He is a liar.
He is a what?
He is a liar.
All you doing is lying to yourself because you don't love black people. You're a liar. You don't love God. How can you love God, but you don't love your brother? Didn't God create your brother? Huh? Did the Most High say in Leviticus, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart and thy mind? Thou shalt not avenge the children of Israel. Thou shalt not hold a grudge. Did not the Lord say these things? But yet we love God, but we hate our brothers and our sisters. Most High God, Yahweh, he said, you are a liar. You understand me? And you just lying to yourself to make yourself feel good so you don't got to feel bad. If any man say he loves God but hated his brother, he is a liar. You understand? You're an absolute liar. Read on.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Listen, the Lord is a black man in spirit. You understand me? He's saying, listen, you want to love me, but you never saw me. Man, you see Dre all the day down the street. You hate Dre, hate him. Dre think he know it all. Look at that damn Dre. Look at him. Hey, look at that sister, man. She always thinks she know everything. I can't stand her. I can't stand her guts. You understand me? Hate your own children. You understand me? Whitney Houston hated her own children, did drugs around her own children. You understand me? They grew up to be drug addicts, but yet we love God, but we don't love our own children. Can't stop smoking, doing drugs for the children's sake. Yet you want God to believe that you love him? God, like, listen, who the hell you think you're fooling? You ain't fooling the Most High God. Listen, God is in heaven. Like, listen, I don't know what this man think I don't know who this man think he's fooling. You understand me? Because the Most High, he knows who loves him and who do not love him, man. That's why he said in the book of Ecclesiastes, because he hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. You understand me? The ungodly are who? The people that say they love God, but they hate their own people. And you love the oppressor, and you love the other nations. You even love those stinking Africans. But goddamn, those niggas in the hood, man, you just better than them. Hey, TD Jake hate his own people. Creflo hate his own people. You understand me? They go ahead and make that money, and they move out the hood. You understand me? Black athletes, man. Most black men, not all, but most, go ahead and make that money and move out the hood, and they take them a little snow bunny to wife. You understand? Damn, can a black woman inherit some of that cash? God damn, man. Every time I turn on damn TV, man, you got a black athlete, man, marrying some snow bunny. Damn, her nation then inherit the whole earth. When black women ain't inheriting nothing. You understand me? But baby daddies and what, drugs and being alcoholics and bad parents. God said, if any man say he loved God but hated his brother, he's a liar. How can you say you love God? You never saw God, but we see our brothers and sisters every single day, and we can't love them. Let's read on.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Read that again.
That he who loveth God love his brother also.
See that? You love God, man. Hey, you're going to love your brother too. You understand me? If you love God, you ain't going to molest that little girl. You're going to rape that 14-year-old. If you love God, there's some things you're going to not do. You understand? You're going to say no. Let me get on Romans 13 and verse 11. Real love, man. We cannot love one another without rules and discipline, without laws and statutes and commandments. You understand me? We cannot do it. Which why the Lord said in Hosea 4 and 6, he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We are completely destroyed because we don't have the knowledge of God. We think we know what love is. We think we know what brotherhood is. We think we know what sisterhood is. But yet, we don't love God, and we damn sure don't love ourselves. You understand? We got it on the cigarette package. When it's telling you if you smoke cigarettes, man, you're going to get cancer. Now, you think that's going to stop us from smoking cigarettes? No. You know how much money they're making off of cigarettes? It's a $1 billion industry, man. Billions of dollars. But yet, we love God, but I can't stop smoking cigarettes. Listen, AIDS, man, have killed, millions of people. Millions of people. You love God, but you don't love your brother, and you damn sure don't love yourself. Because you know you may catch a disease by having sex with whores. You understand me? Or having sex with men that you should not be having sex with. But yet you want God to believe that you love him. God is in heaven, man. You know, he up there chilling your diet. Angel saying Barakatah Yahweh, he looking like these damn hypocrites. You understand me? Love me? If you love me, then stop wickedness. Stop it. Watch what you say out your mouth. Watch the things that you do. Discipline yourself if you love God. God said what? Those he loveth, he what? Chastiseth. If you ain't being chastised for your wickedness, let me tell you something. It's because God don't love you. And God is going to let you destroy yourself. It's like a parent. You understand? You got a father and a mother, right? If you don't chastise your kids, you don't love your kids. So they ain't going to stop their evil because you ain't being chastised. Maybe you ain't being chastised from God because he don't love you. And he want you to go ahead and destroy yourself because you hated him so damn much, man. You understand me? Go ahead and read Romans 13 and verse 11. This is the time that we are in today that we need to understand as God's chosen people. Read Romans 13 and verse 11, please.
Book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
See that? Now is time to awake out of sleep. Read.
Come. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
See that? When we believe, man, then we will be saved. How can we believe if we don't understand brotherhood? If we don't understand sisterhood? If we don't understand the true meaning of life? Maybe we don't understand the true meaning of life because we never tried this thing called life. Never tried it. Right fast, give me Baruch 4:1. You died? Never tried it. We tried Christianity, right? Goddamn, give faith a chance. Give faith a chance. You understand me? We tried Islam. We tried smoking. Goddamn, I think everybody tried smoking. You understand me? We didn't try, MOB, money over, bitches. You understand me? We didn't try everything. Think about the one thing we never tried, man. Actually keeping all the commandments inside this Bible. That you never gave faith a chance. Never gave it a shot, man. Hey, they say what, man? A shot not taken is what? You died?
Shot missed.
Hey, you missed. You ain't even take it. You ain't try. Never know what you can do unless you try it. Unless you give it, a shot. Unless you shoot and you may score. Maybe you can get off of weed. Maybe. I know if I can, you can. Maybe you can stop celebrating Esau's holidays. Maybe you can. Have you tried? Have you opened up the book? Have you tried to say no to yourself? Or the Lord said, right now it's time to awake from out of sleep. Before you wake up, and it's too late. You understand me? Let's read on.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
Now the Lord is saying here, right? This is the book. What book is he talking about? He's talking about this Bible. Okay, he's saying this is the book of the commandments. Read again from the top, please.
Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh, of God, of the Most High. Okay, read.
And the law that endured forever.
See that? Christians are liars. Like the Lord said, how can a man say he loved God but hateth his brother? You hate your brother if you teach them that God's commandments are done away with. When God just said the commandments, man, endure forever. Right. They ain't going anywhere. But read on.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All they that keep it shall what?
Come to life.
All they that keep it shall what?
Come to life.
All they that keep this brotherhood and sisterhood, keep the commandments of God, you come to life. Boy, you'll be dead as hell. You understand me? Smoking like 20 blunts a day. You're not even getting high anymore. Now, on to the next drug. You understand me? Or, you done had sex, with so many whores, and now you diseased up. Now you gut it out. No, nobody want you. You understand me? The Lord said, you obey God, then you will come to life. You have a shine on you. Like the Lord told Moses, he said, I make thy face shine upon thee, man. You understand me? You'll be made alive. You'll be made a living soul. Today in America, we are not alive. You understand me? Most of us, actually choose men to be dead. We would rather not know. Why? Because, I'll just rather be like everybody else if I don't know. You understand me? The Lord said those that keep it, that keep this pure brotherhood, this sisterhood, the knowledge and the understanding of God, he said they should do what?
Shall come to life.
See that? They should come to life. Now you be, somebody you was never. You be born again, like John said. You must be born again. For the kingdom of God is at hand. And then you'll be made a living soul, man. A new person, a new woman, a new man. Read.
But such as leave it shall die.
See that? You're going to be alive, but dead. Dead while you liveth. Dead. Spirit is dead. You understand me? No spirit, sleeping all day in that bed, can't get up. Dead is hell. Listening to your own flesh all day, 24/7, and you want to stop, but it's like, I can't. Why? Because without God, we are dead. We are a dead nation of people, the valley of dry bones. You can forget about it. You understand me? KNA, if you're from Philly, you know what I'm talking about. Kensington and Allegheny, we are dead while we liveth. Any more on that, Yediah?
That's it, sir.
Go back to 1 John, 4th chapter, 4 and 16, Baba Kashaw.
Come. The book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 16. Mm-hmm. And we have known and believed the love that God had to us. Uh-huh. God is love.
See that? God is love. If you obey him, he'll love you. Go ahead.
Come. And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God, and God in him.
Yeah, meaning the spirit of God is going to be in you. Okay, if you obey him. Or, like you said, you have the spirit of Antichrist, man. You understand me? But now the only thing you must do, the only thing you want to do is sin. That's it, man. That's such a bad spirit, man, to be in. You understand me? It's a terrible spirit because sin is the way of destruction. You understand me? Though it may feel good, you understand me? It may feel so right to you and, your own simple mind, but sin catches up to you. Right fast, Yediah. Hold that. Give me Proverbs 8 and 36. All right. Proverbs 8 and 36. If anybody have any questions online, go ahead and type it in, please. All right, we're going to go to Proverbs 8 and verse 36. You understand me? And that's, it's heavy to understand this, right? I'm going to tell you why. Because sin is everywhere, but God is not everywhere. You understand me? To serve God, you can't serve sin. The Lord said in Romans 6 and 23, he said the wages of sin is death. You understand me? The wages of sin is death. And that's us in America, man. You see George Floyd, you see, black men getting gunned down by the oppressive police officers. Listen, we're going through so much in America because we don't have brotherhood. We don't have sisterhood. The Lord said this, right? In Romans 13 and 8, right? The Lord said, owe no man anything but to love one another. He that loveth one another hath fulfilled the law. Mm-hmm. You understand? That's where it begins, man. It begins with black men loving black women again. God damn, what the hell that happened to our people, man? Listen, it starts with us loving one another. And then before you know it, this curse that we are under in America, it'll be over. It'll be over before you know our King beheaded Christ Yahushua Mashiach, and we'll be where we should be in our land, Israel, Jerusalem. All right, you hold something for me, Yediah.
Proverbs 8:36.
Right.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
Read that again.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
See that the Lord said, he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. Let me get another water, please. Sin in the world is everything. It's fun. It's happiness. Drugs is, drugs makes me feel good, man. Makes me happy. When it's like, if you wasn't so depressed, maybe you wouldn't need all those drugs. Maybe you wouldn't need the weed if you wasn't so stressed out all day. The Lord said, he that sinneth against his own soul, you wrongeth you yourself. You understand me? Because one thing that sin do, it destroys the temple of God. You understand me? It destroys the mind. You understand me? It takes you away from God and it brings you closer into the world. Right fast, we're gonna go to Matthew 5:17. What's your name, brother?
Jay.
All right, what's going on, brother Jay? You have any questions or anything? All right, no sweat. All right, right fast, we're gonna go to Matthew 5:17. When you get it, you can read it, all right?
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law.
See that Christ said, think not that I am come to destroy the law. All right. Now, what do think not mean? Don't think. If I say think not, I'm saying don't think, meaning don't put this in your mind that he came so we can keep getting high, so we can keep smoking cigarettes. He said, think not that I am come to destroy the law. Let's read on.
Or the prophets.
Or the prophets. Go ahead.
I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Now, why did Christ say he came not to destroy, but to fulfill? Why did he say that? He said it because he knew the day was going to come when Christians was going to say, Christ died, so now we can keep sinning because we have grace. That's why he had to state it. You understand me? Because Christ knew, like, what is happening now? It was happening during the time of Christ, man. Pharisees and Sadducees. You understand? They was coming up against God, coming up against Christ. When Christ had to cut them, he had to keep cutting them. Like, listen, he said, I came not to destroy the law or the prophets. Who is the prophets? Moses. What Moses laid down. Like, shrimp can't be that good. Listen, we had some beef ribs on Saturday, man.
Right.
Pork ribs ain't that good. God damn, I don't know what the hell is going on with these Christians, man. You understand me? We decide to live after our own lust than what the word of God said. And Christ said, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. He came to fulfill the law. Meaning, if he kept the law being, in flesh like me and you, then maybe I can keep the laws too. Right fast, let's go to Romans 6:1. All right, whoever get it, read it first, all right? If we have any questions online, let me know your diet.
No questions online, sir.
Okay, no sweat. You got it, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, you go ahead and read it. Read Romans 6:1, please.
Romans chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Now, we hear this every single day, right? See, you got grace, grace is this, grace that, grace, right? So now Paul is saying, should we continue in sin that grace may abound? Go ahead.
God forbid.
God forbid, meaning no.
How shall we, that are dead to sin, live no longer therein?
Now, what is dead to sin? What is dead to sin? He said, how then that are dead to sin, live therein? Dead to sin is like, I don't know sin no more. It's dead. It's dead. You understand me? Once we learn God, we're supposed to be dead to sin. We supposed to be dead to hating our brothers. Knowing that if we don't love black men, the oppressors ain't gonna love black men. Hey, they running Breonna Taylor home and kill her. Gun her down. Boom, boom, boom. Put her to death. Sister had a whole husband, man. Had a man. You think they care? Think they gave a damn about that? Hell no. Drop down to 15. Romans 6:15, young man.
Romans chapter 6, verse 15. What then? Shall we sin? Because we are not under the law, but under grace.
There you go. We are not under the law, but under grace. Now, what was under the law? Under the law is this, right? Okay. Like how we call the law cops today. We say, hey, the law coming, police coming, 5-0 coming, right? The law was during the time of Moses when we broke the laws of God. When a woman was caught having sex with another man that wasn't a man, boy, oh boy, the priest was coming, man. They were coming to stone her to death. If a man was caught bound down to idol, bound down to what they call it, Musha, Ishmael, they was bound down to Ishmael, Muhammad. Listen, there was some priests coming, and they were hardcore men of God that was going to, put them to death. That was the law. The law here is not talking about the commandments of God. The law here is like how black men talk. Hey, that's the law right there. Hey, the law coming down the street. Hey, listen, bro, you better watch your back, man. You better put that pack away. Why? Because the law coming. Well, who was the law created for? Criminals. You understand me? If you ain't selling drugs, do you have to worry about the law? If you're not committing adultery, do you have to worry about the law? If you ain't bound down to idols, do you have to worry about the law? Do you have to worry about priests coming, knocking on your door saying, she is an adulteress? No. The law was made for criminals, people that break the law. Let's read on, young man.
God forbid.
God forbid, meaning no. Right fast, you're dying. Get me John the 13th chapter, please. We're gonna go there. All right.
Come.
If there's any questions online, let me know. All right.
Come.
Wow.
I have a question.
John 13, and I'm gonna start at 30, please.
Come. John chapter 13 and verse 30. He then having received the sup went immediately out and was and was night.
Drop down to 34.
Come. This is the book of John chapter 13 and verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another.
That you do what?
That ye love one another.
Now, why is he saying a new commandment when he gave us this commandment in Leviticus? So is this a new commandment? Why is he saying a new commandment? Go ahead, Yediah.
If I could, sir, Christ is being sarcastic.
Okay, give me a little more when you say that.
Okay. The way he's speaking, speaking to the disciples, sir, he's letting us know this is something that we already should know. In Leviticus, when he says, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another. That's written aforetime in Leviticus, the 19th chapter. When I say he's speaking, sarcastically, it's not really a new commandment. This is the commandment as it says in Mark, the 12th chapter, that we know from the beginning.
He's saying it's a new commandment because we wasn't keeping it. You understand? That's why he's saying it. He is being sarcastic. You understand? He also saying, listen, man, this is a new commandment. Why? Because it's new to you because you ain't keeping it. You understand me? You out there selling drugs when you should not be selling drugs. Read again from the top, please.
John chapter 13 verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you.
A new commandment I give unto you. Go ahead.
That ye love one another.
Why is he saying that? Because we wasn't loving one another, man. Like we went over earlier. Love is an action. Love is a deed. You understand me? Love is not emotion. It is not a feeling. It ain't how you feel. You understand me? We wasn't keeping this. And that's why we are in the condition that we are in today in America. Let's read on.
God. As I have loved you.
Now, how the hell did Christ love us? He was crucified on that cross. You understand? Pain, man. He tortured our king. Went through hell. Listen, and when you look at this world, man, listen, I be out here in the world, and it's like, yo, the wickedness in the world is just terrible. It's just terrible. This generation, we hate God with a passion. You understand me? God has showed us mercy. We wonder why we're going through so much hell in our lives, man. Homelessness, drug addicts, baby mothers and baby daddies. And it's like, when God has something better planned for us, man. You understand me? He told us in Deuteronomy. He said, listen, man, I'll give you the world. I'll give you everything. And instead of black men being kings and priests, black men became drug addicts and drug dealers. Instead of black women being princesses and daughters of Zion, they became baby mothers and whores and sluts and prostitutes, man. You understand me? God gave us this law to love one another so we can be on top. You understand me? You look at us in America, man. Give me your diet and Proverbs. The Lord said he saw princes walking and service upon horses. Give me that Bible shop.
I think that's an Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes. Find that for me, please. The Lord said, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Because if we love one another, we'll be out of this condition that we're in today. Go ahead, you got it?
Come on, John. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Say that again.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Now, who are these servants that are upon the horses today, right now, today? He said, I have seen servants upon horses. Who are these servants? Read one more time from the top.
I have seen servants upon horses.
Mm-hmm. He said, I have seen servants upon horses. Now, of course, we are servants today in America, but who's supposed to be these servants in the future?
Mm-hmm.
Who? I give it to you. Right fast, young man, get me Revelation 13 and verse 9. Revelation 13 and verse 9. All right, we're gonna go there right fast. You have your dog. I'm coming right back there, okay? Coming right back there. Go ahead, read Revelation 13 and 9, young man.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Now the Lord is saying, if any man have an ear, let him hear, right? What does that mean? Meaning, if you have any understanding, if you can understand this, right, then listen to it. Read.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Now, who led a nation into captivity? We all know that. It's in history, man. The transatlantic slave trade, the oppressor. The Lord said, he that leadeth into captivity, read it again from the top, please.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
See that? So who are supposed to be the servants in the future? The people that led another people in captivity. Mm-hmm. The oppressor that led black men and black women into captivity. You understand me? And they killed us. They raped our babies. Listen, just like what they did to George Floyd. Man, they've been doing that for 400 plus years. Just now we got Facebook Live. Now we got phones. Now we got cameras. They've been getting away with it for years, man. Now we have video. You understand me? God said, he that led a nation in captivity shall go into captivity. Let's read on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
See that? The Lord ain't say he may be killed with the sword. Who killed us during the time of slavery? Who killed Trayvon Martin, man? Who murdered George Floyd, Philando Castillo, Breonna Taylor, man? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with that same sword. When Christ returned, a black man, he is going to put Esau, the oppressor, into captivity. And if you're a black man that want to have slaves and that day is coming, then you serve the Most High God. That's called justice. You understand me? We out there partying for George Floyd, man. You understand me? Because he was killed last year. last year when we should want justice. That same cop that murdered George Floyd, his family is going to be celebrating Memorial Day on Monday. Well, black men and black women, you shouldn't celebrate Memorial Day because the oppressor is celebrating that day. The Lord said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with that sword. Let's read on.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Now, that's going to take some time. Whoo, boy, oh boy, it's going to take some time, man. You understand me? Being in the world, but not of the world, knowing that hope is on the way, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. May seem like black men and black women are going to be low forever. But here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man, knowing that we will receive justice, man, for George Floyd. We will receive justice. It's just going to take some time. It's going to take a little bit of time. Go back to Ecclesiastes. Let everybody know where you at, please, Jediah.
God, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen servants upon horses.
See that? Who are the servants? The oppressor. The oppressor is supposed to be a servant according to God, but he's not, because we chose sin and not life. We chose Allah and not Yahweh. We chose the oppressor Jesus and not a black man Jesus, man. So now you see servants on horses, driving, airplanes, man, cars, man, chilling, they're walking on the earth. Read on.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Read that again.
And princes walking as servants upon the earth.
See that, princes, man. What did the Lord say we were? A prince of the power.
I put a visual on the screen. That's Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. Roosevelt on the horse, and the Gadite and the Judite walking, on the ground.
You see that, man? See that? Listen, that man is supposed to be a servant.
Right.
Those men down there are prince of the power.
Right.
You understand? That's what Jacob named me, prince of the power. And you see them walking, and the oppressor is on the horse. Boy, oh boy. Read on, please.
Verse 8, he that diggeth a pit shall fall into it.
All right, you can drop that. Well, there's something else I called for you, Diane. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Let's go to John 15th chapter. John 15. All right. Okay, John 15, and let's start at 12. Where we get it verse to go and read it.
John chapter 15, verse 12. Mm-hmm. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Mm-hmm. Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
See, that man Christ was crucified for his friends, his Akim, his brothers and his sisters. Read on.
Verse 14. Mm-hmm. Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you.
See that? He said, ye are my friends, not if we talk about what we should be doing. He said, ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command thee, which is obeying the Most High God, obeying his statutes and his commandments. Let's read on.
Verse 15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends.
See that? Christ said, man, you're my friend, man. Listen, you stop eating pork. Man, you love your brother as thyself, man. I can call you my friend. And I'm not talking about no friend that's going to have sex with your woman when you're young. You understand? I'm talking about a real friend that would die for you. You understand me? Put his life on the line for you. Let's read on.
For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
Listen, you see that, man? You imagine the Most High God sitting on his throne. Then you got Christ saying, man, I see that brother right there. It was a little hard. I had to beat him up in the ass a little bit, but he got it right. You understand me? I see that sister right there. I had to almost push her off the cliff, but she got it right. She got it together. The Lord up there, man, the Most High up there, Christ, like, I told you he was going to get off the drugs, man. I told you that sister was going to be righteous. And listen, Christ is going to talk to the Lord, man, about you. You understand me? Not about how much money you have, how much, drugs we smoke, but how righteous you are. Your righteous deeds, man, your righteous sacrifices. Let's read on.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
See that, man? That's why this room ain't filled up with hypocrites, man. You understand me? To serve the Most High God, man, you gotta be chosen. You gotta be chosen by God. Think about it, man. This book is in everybody's house. Everybody has this book. Forget about your grandmother. Your grandmother got the book. Everybody always talk about this book, man. You understand me? But nobody understands the book. Nobody understands this book. Why not? Because you cannot understand this book without what? You need something to understand this book. And what is it? There's one thing you need to understand this book, and it is what Christ died for. I'm going to give it to you if you don't know. You need the spirit of Christ to understand this book. You understand me? Christ died on that cross, not for vain. Christ died on that cross so we can receive his spirit, so that we shall be saved. That's why he died on that cross. And that's why tons of Christians that have the book, they don't understand the book because the spirit of God, the spirit of Christ is not inside of them. Let's read on.
And ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain.
Right, go ahead.
That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. These things I command you, that ye love one another.
See, this is a commandment, man. Come on, you can't take your brother, man. Jeez, man. Man, do something with that cat you died. Put the cat back there, mess with his brother, man. Do something with that cat, man. If I put the cat in my trunk. So, like, do something with that cat, man. Get cat some food or something. You died. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. Read it one more time from the top. Let everybody know where you at, please.
John chapter 15.
15 and 17.
Verse 15. Henceforth I call you not servants.
Drop down to 17, 15 and 17.
John chapter 15, verse 17. These things I command, that ye love one another. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Right, see that? So like when you come out the world and now you want to actually love God, I say love God, meaning now you obey his commandments. Now your family starting to hate you. You understand? Your kids don't love you anymore. Why? Because you didn't give them birthday gifts and all that. Christ said, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Can you imagine what Christ was going through, man? During his time? And then look at this generation. Like it wasn't as bad as it is now. You understand me? Back then, Christ was on the scene, man. Now he ain't on the scene. And you see, this world is just full of wickedness. It's in here. It's everywhere, man. Christ said, listen, if the world hate you, so be it. The world hated me before it hated you. Let's read on.
Verse 19. If ye were of the world would love his own.
See that? The world would love you if you was of the whole world. You getting high with people in the world. You'll be partying, going to them strip clubs. And now, hey, man, that's my bird right there. But hey, I'm not doing that no more, bro. No, I'm not selling drugs no more. I'm not about that life anymore. Now, before you know it, those bros ain't your bros anymore. You understand me? Those sisters, man, that try to get you to leave your man. You say, I ain't leaving my man. I'm staying with him. Like God said I should never leave my man. It's a commandment in the Bible that I should be with him forever. And you do that, now the world, they gonna hate you, man. But if you was of the world, man, that nigga ain't shit, man. Go ahead, leave him, man. Go on child support. You'll find somebody else. Hey, you'll find another baby daddy, I'll tell you that. Jeez. Yeah, another baby daddy. Okay, mistake after mistake after mistake. Let's read on.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world.
See that? To have this truth, God chose us. He gave it to his chosen ones that deserves it. You understand? He said, I chose you. I called you out the world. Let's read on.
Therefore the world hateth you.
And now the world what?
Hateth you.
Now they hateth you. Why they hate you? Because you believe in a black Jesus? God damn. God, yo, come on, man. You hate me because I believe in a black God? Hate me because I'm, I don't have sex with whores anymore? God damn, you know how many friends I had in the world, you know? I had tons of friends, man.
Right.
God damn, when I say, hey, I'm not about that life anymore, man, they all started to scatter, bro. You understand me? I never saw them again. Then I came in here and I met brothers. You understand me? I was, on one accord, the same mindset. You understand me? People in the world love people in the world because sinners love sinners and sinners hate righteousness. You understand me? Homosexuals, listen, you can forget about it, man. Boy, you speak about that homosexuality, boy, you got a whole community coming up against you. Why? Because that is the spirit of Antichrist. You understand me? And that spirit been around for a very long time. That spirit hates God, man. Well, God's saying, listen, if I call you out the world, then you learn this brotherhood and you learn this sisterhood and you apply it with your everyday life. Now, as I'm saying life gonna be peaches and cream, no, it's not. You understand me? Life is about warfare. Life is about looking yourself in that mirror and telling yourself no. Life is, okay, I want to get high, but I know it's not the right thing to do. Life is, I know that sister, oh, she looking good, it's summertime. They coming out there half naked. You understand me? Life is, hey, dang, I know she's bad, but I know she ain't right. She ain't right in her mind. And if I lay with that, I may be the next victim. I may be the next brother on child support for 18 years, and I can't even see my children. You understand me? Life is about warfare. Life is about obedience. Life is about doing the right thing and not be in the world. You can be in the world. We live in the world, but you don't got to do the things of the world. Let's continue reading.
Verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
See that? You in a cult. You this and you that. Oh man, you down to UPK? Man, they hate women. You being persecuted for what? You are being persecuted because the spirit of Christ is in you. And if they persecuted Christ, and if his spirit is inside of you, then what the hell do you think they're gonna do to you? The hell they do to Stephen? They stoned Stephen to death for teaching the words of God. They put Paul in jail, in prison. You understand me? Paul was a righteous man. They put him in prison for doing the work of God. You understand me? Peter went through hell. Christ's disciples, man, went through hell. Hell, complete hell, man. Woman leave you because you're a man of God now? No, she's leaving you because she hates God. You understand? You be persecuted, man, because Christ was persecuted. Let's read on.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake.
So now when these things happen to you, when you come in the truth, no, you are living a what? You live in a prophecy. Hey, this is how you know you in the truth. And this is also how you know that Christianity is not of God.
Right.
And Christianity is not the truth. Because, man, your mother loved you when you was a Christian. Forget about it. You understand? Your mother loved you, man, when you was a drug dealer, giving her all that damn money. Your mother loved you, man, when you was in Islam, when you was partying like a rock star. But now your mother don't love you because you serving God. You gotta think about that, man. You gotta pay attention. You gotta be aware. Maybe it's because you found God and you living a prophecy. You ain't cursed. Hell you mean, man? You got Satan coming up in your mind thinking you curse. You curse because your kids don't love you. You curse because you're being prosecuted for nothing. You ain't cursed, sister. You ain't cursed, brother. You are living a prophecy. It's because you're following Christ, Yahweh Shah, and now you be persecuted for righteousness' sake. Let's read on.
Because they know not him that sent me.
Uh-huh.
Verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have no cloak for their sin.
Go up.
23. He that hateth me hateth my Father also.
See that? If you hate Christ, the world hates Christ. How you know the world hates Christ? Because nobody obeys Christ. And if you don't obey Christ, Christ speaks for the Father. So if he is speaking for the Father, it's like how what's his name? Aaron was speaking for Moses. You understand me? And Moses was speaking to the angel. And the Lord spoke to the angel to give it to Moses. And Moses gave it to Aaron. And then Aaron gave it to the leaders of Israel. And the leaders of Israel gave it to the congregation of Israel. And they passed it down. They passed it down. They passed it down. And of course, you teach it. Some people will hear it. And some people will hate it and despise it. Read that last line again, please.
Verse 23. He that hateth me hateth my Father also.
See that? If you don't listen to Christ, then you ain't listening to God. And you hate Christ and you hate God. Read on.
Verse 24. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now they have both seen and hated both me and my Father.
See that? Listen, during the time of Christ, man, Christ was on the scene. Can you imagine this, right? Now, us today, we ain't see Christ. We ain't see the miracles he done, right? What do? We read about them. Can you imagine during this time? They saw Christ raising the dead. They saw Christ casting out demons, man. They saw Christ healing the sick. They saw all that. And they hated him because of that. They hated him for getting niggas off of drugs. They hated Christ for rebuking the demons on the sisters, man, that were whores. Can you imagine seeing miracles? And like, oh, no, I follow him, man. Imagine that. Christ was on these scenes doing miracles. And yet the people still rejected Christ. Man, you ever heard somebody say, man, hey, if Jesus was here, I'll be following Jesus. Man, you ever heard somebody say that, brother? If Jesus was here, I'll be following Jesus. Jesus was here then. And ain't nobody followed Jesus except for 12 men. 12 men. You understand me? In a world full of wickedness and destruction. Only 12 men followed Jesus and one fell off. You understand? Let's read on.
Verse 25. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause.
Hated Christ for nothing. Like how they gonna hate you for nothing? Gonna hate you for serving God? They hated Christ for nothing. Are you better than Christ? Are we better than Christ? Absolutely not. If sinners can hate him for nothing, then you can just imagine what you're gonna have to go through. Do you understand me? Imagine they hated him without a cause. Naturally, man, he did great things. Man, you know how many people Christ healed, man? Cast demons out. Listen, he rose Lazarus from the dead. I know about that story, man. He rose up from the dead. Even Lazarus wasn't down with him at the end. You understand? Even he left the truth at the end. When the Lord and raised his ass, his simple behind from the dead. Goes to show how strong the world is. You understand me? And if you don't have faith, if you don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, and if you don't apply it with your life, then the world will choke the word of God out of you, away from you. If you don't stand strong, damn this world, man. This world is coming to an end. Like the Lord said in Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that cometh. We all know this society, this world is coming to an end. And then niggas are going to rule this earth. But we cannot rule this earth if we don't know brotherhood and sisterhood and learn how to treat one another and learn how to talk to one another. If we don't learn that, hey man, we could be in captivity for another 100 years. You understand me? Another 100 years. But thanks be to Christ, we will learn it and we will do it. We will keep it. We will apply it with our lives every single day. I pray you understand. Let's read on.
Verse 26. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me.
Go ahead.
Verse 27. And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning.
See that? He's saying, listen, man, you're going to bear witness. Why? Because the people that serve in Christ now, let me tell you something. The same people that served him before. Same people. Precept, there is no new thing under the sun. No new thing. You understand me? Let's drop that, right? Let's go to Matthew, the 18th chapter, and let's start at 21. All right, you get that for me, please.
Come.
Matthew 18 and 21.
Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Now, with that being said, what is Christ saying? Right? Peter said it just like a black man. Listen, how many times, man, shall my brother sin against me? Right? 7 times, and then that 8th time, I can go ahead and punch his ass in the mouth. You understand me? I can go ahead and whoop his tail after 7 times. Read it one more time from the top, you die.
Come, Matthew 18 and verse 21. It's like verse 22. Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times.
Now, he said, you ain't going to just forgive your brothers or your sisters 7 times. Go ahead.
But until 70 times 7.
But until what?
70 times 7.
So now, what does that mean? Until 70 times 7. Meaning what? Meaning, no matter what, always forgive your brothers and your sisters. Now, does that mean, all right, you have a man that have sex with your woman, right? You forgive him and you hang around him all day, and you bring another woman around knowing he's a snake? No, you don't do that. You understand me? You forgiving him is you not killing him. You understand? You know how many brothers in jail, man, because some nigga didn't have sex with his woman, his wife. You understand me? Peter, like, listen, after 7 times, can I go ahead and just do him in your diet? You understand me? Can I go ahead and just destroy that cat, man, after 7 times? And Christ, and listen, he said until 70 times 7. Meaning, in other words, man, this brotherhood, you got to always forgive your brothers and your sisters until 70 times 7. Let's read on.
Come. Verse 23. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king.
Drop that, right? Go up to 15, 18 and 15.
Come. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
So now, if your brother do something wrong against you, right? Let's find out what God said. How should we go about it? Go ahead.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Okay, this is a law, right? If a brother or sister offend you in the truth, you understand me? You go to thee and he alone. You don't talk behind his back. You understand me? You don't go to somebody else. You don't call somebody else. If you are offended and that brother offended you, read it again from the top.
Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
If thy brother shall trespass against thee, go ahead.
Go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
Hey, in the world, they call that what? Being a man. God damn, listen, I grew up, man, in North Philly. You understand me? I know men respected men if you had the courage to come to me and talk to me like a man. Hey, I don't want to find out you've been talking to me, man, behind some broad. You understand me? Christ saying, listen, if somebody offend you, if your brother offend you, go to him and talk to him about it. Him, he, and thee alone. Read on.
Come. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Now, what is the hear thee if he agree with you? You understand me? If you go to that brother like, hey, man, that wasn't right, man. You shouldn't have did that last night. And if you say, hey, man, you was right, sir. Or if you say, man, Salaki, you were right. Now, if he heard thee, right, then now you done gained your brother. Read on.
Verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more.
Now, so if you don't hear thee, right? So if you don't agree with you. So if you say, hey, you was wrong, he said, no, I wasn't. You say, hey, you was wrong, man. You shouldn't have took my woman. No, I wasn't wrong. She lied to me and said she was hey, man, but you saw me with that woman all day. You know we got kids together. Now, if he don't agree with you, if like immediately he don't, damn, you right, brother. You right, brother. This is what you do. Read on.
That in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established.
Right now, the 2 or 3 witnesses is you taking that man to counsel. You understand me? You pull a brother to the side if he offend you. If he don't hear you, then you take him to counsel. You don't. And in most cases, like, Satan try to get up in your mind. He'll be like, oh, man, you got it, man. You don't want to seem like you a nut, man. You understand me? I got it. I'll take care of it later. Let me tell you something. If you don't take care of it, it's like anything. If you let it go one time, and if that shit happen again, it's like, damn, now you're even more offended. You understand? It's almost like working at a job, slavery, right? If a co-worker do something to you the first time and you let him get away with it, and then he go ahead and do it again, you like, man, I should have said something the first time, right? Hey, I should have knocked that out the window the first time. Well, the Lord saying, listen, don't wait. Don't wait. Your brother offend you, you go to him. He'll be alone. If he don't hear you, if he don't agree with you, then you go ahead and take him to counsel. Don't be a coward. Don't be afraid to go to your brother, man. Go to your brother. You love your brother. Remember, the Lord said, love thy brother as thyself. If you don't go to your brother, then you don't love your brother. You understand me? The Lord said, if he don't hear you, then you take him before 2 or 3 witnesses. That is counsel. You take him to counsel. Let's read on.
Come. Verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. Mm-hmm. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican.
Okay, what does that mean? So now the Lord is saying, right, if you take that brother to counsel, and if he neglect to hear you, and he neglect to hear the church, so it's like, what is he doing here? That brother. Who is the church? The church would be the school. Mm-hmm. Remember, right? First, you went to the brother, and in his mind, he was right, and you was wrong. You said you wrong. He said, I'm right. Said, okay, you don't agree with me. God said, let me take you to counsel, right? So now you take him to counsel, and now the counselor is saying, hey, brother, you were wrong. He said, no, I wasn't wrong, sir. He said, hey, you was wrong. He said, no, I wasn't wrong. I was right. So now Now, he ain't listened to you. He ain't listened to the counselors, right? And now you take it before the church. Before the church. What is the church? The congregation. The school, right? So now the school is going to hear your side and his side. You understand me? And then if he neglect to hear the church, it's like, he is neglecting every dead body. You understand me? So if he neglect to hear the church, let him be as a heathen man. Meaning what? Now you get kicked out the school. Okay, you get kicked out the school because you ain't listening to nobody. Matter of fact, you are listening to somebody. Who is he listening to? Those demons up in his mind. Let me get Jeremiah 19 and 17. Let's go to Jeremiah 19 and 17. Now he's listening to all those demons up in his mind that's telling him he was right. And obviously everybody's saying you was wrong. Go ahead, brother, you got it?
You said 19 and 17?
Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Hold on. No, not 19 and 19 and 7. I think that's what I want. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me find. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Jeremiah 17 and 9. Let's go there. 17 and verse 9. Okay. All right, when you get it, you can go ahead and read it, young brother.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
Okay, what is the heart? We know the heart is the mind, right? And God is saying the mind is deceitful above all things. So in that brother case, in his heart, in his mind, he think he was right. You understand me? When everybody's saying, brother, you were wrong. You should have not done such a thing, man. The Lord said the mind is deceitful above all things. When you be so depressed, when you're stressed out, man, the mind will tell you to go ahead and kill yourself. You understand me? Go ahead and commit suicide. Go ahead and pop all the pills until you die. Go ahead and smoke all the weed. You want to, get high all day, 24/7. The mind is constantly playing games on us, man. That's why the Lord gave us this Bible. This Bible is like a weapon. You understand me? This is how you fight the world, and this is how you fight yourself. You fight yourself by not listening to your mind. Think about it. You ask most women, you understand me, they shouldn't pick a man. How you know they shouldn't pick a man? You're dying. You got baby daddies.
Right.
You don't have a husband. Black men, maybe you shouldn't pick your own woman either. You had baby mothers. You caught diseases in the past.
Right.
You have been separated from 3 women. You understand me? Maybe you shouldn't take the woman that you want, the woman that's out there dressed half naked. Maybe your mind is trying to deceive you so you could be on child support for 18 years. You understand me? The mind is deceitful above all things. How do we fight? We fight by not listening to the mind. You understand me? And how you not listen to the mind? The commandments of God is like a shield. You understand me? That's how you protect yourself when you are stressed out, when you are depressed. That's how you make sure that you don't make a mistake. You don't make a mistake. You understand me? By not listening to your mind. Because the heart is deceitful above all things. Let's read on.
And desperately wicked.
And what?
Desperately wicked.
See that, man, all those wicked thoughts, man. Where do you think they coming from, man? Past experiences. You understand me? Most of our thoughts, man, they came, man, at what, 2, 3 years old? You understand me? And all the past experiences we have experienced as a nation of people, the mind is wicked. You understand me? It is desperately wicked. Let's read on.
Who can know it?
Who can what?
Who can know it?
Listen, who knows what's going on in your mind? Read on.
Verse 10. The Lord searched the heart. I, the Lord, searched the heart. I try the reins.
Here you go. The Lord going to search your heart. The Lord is going to try you. Okay? He is going to put you in a situation. He may take everything away from you like he did Job. May take your woman away. He may take all your crops. You understand me? All your wealth. He may take all your riches away. You understand me? To see what is inside of you. You never know what is inside of a man until he goes through something. You never know what is inside of a woman until you make her mad. You understand? You make her mad, what happens? It comes out. You understand? It's like it comes all the way out. You understand me? The Most High God will try you, man. You understand me? To see what the hell you got inside of you. Let's read on.
Even to give every man according to his ways.
And if you pass your test, shalom, you will be rewarded. If you fail your test, then hey, you will be rewarded also. But hey, I wouldn't look forward for that reward. You understand me? I would not look forward to that one. Okay, let's read on.
And according to the fruit of his doings.
And according to the fruit of his doings, man, his action. You understand me? That's what it comes down to. It comes down to action. Right fast. Let's go to 1 John 3 and 18. Now, you holding something for me, Adiah? Or no? All right, no sweat. Let's go to 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18. All right. You read it when you get it, young man.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
My little children, let us not love in word.
Read that again.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
See that? Hey, man, when that weed is in your face, it's like, is it weed or is it God? And Isaac, was it Isaac, right? He sacrificed his son, or was it Abraham, right? Now, in Abraham's case, it was his son, or it was Isaac. And listen, the funny part about it, right? With Abraham, the Lord wasn't going to kill Isaac. You understand? He wasn't going to kill Isaac. He was testing Abraham. Listen, Abraham grabbed that damn knife, man. I forget what Isaac said. Isaac said something. He said like that. I'm paraphrasing. Like, Dad, man, I can't believe I'm do this, man. Like, I'm kill my son. And then the angel had to come. The angel like, oh, hold up, bro. Hold up. Hey. Listen, man, the Lord was just testing your faith. You understand me? It's like in your mind, you may think you're about to lose your son. When you about to gain goddamn world, man. You understand? Like the Lord said, what is a man, to gain the world, but to lose his own soul? Life is a test. And if you pass that test, then you're going to be all right. Abraham, he passed his test. I don't know too many men, maybe not any men, that is willing to kill or sacrifice their own child to God. You understand me? Yet alone, not even being able to say no to a child when it comes to a birthday gift. Like, goddamn, Abraham was about to kill his child. The Lord not telling you to make your child a sacrifice. Oh, he's saying tell him no to birthdays. Tell him no to holidays, man. You understand me? The Lord ain't asking, what he asked Abraham to do. The Lord is telling you to get your house in order. You understand me? The mind will have you thinking like you're about to lose it all. When really, man, serving God and having this truth, you about to have everything. Right fast. Let's go to Proverbs 3 and verse 5. Let's go there right fast. All right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Read that again.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
No matter what you're going through in life, it could be worse. I'm trying to tell you, man. You ain't paralyzed. You all right. Yeah, you be all right, man. Hey, you can walk, you can talk, man. You got food. You may not have everything, but goddamn, you're not in a wheelchair. Listen, man, there's men and women out here in wheelchairs, man. Can't even walk. You understand me? Can you imagine having to roll around in a wheelchair all day? Can you imagine having no hands, no feet? Can you imagine being blind and not seeing no beautiful woman? I think you all right, brother. I think you all right, sister. You understand me? Whatever you're going through, man, just know it can be worse. But it won't. Because you have brotherhood and you have sisterhood. In the world, they don't have that. We do. The Lord said, trust in the Most High with all thy heart. Trust him no matter what situation you are in, trust in him. Read on.
And lean not into thy own understanding.
And do what?
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
I got this. Never say you got this.
Right.
That's pride. It's pride, man. The Lord said pride leadeth forth destruction. You understand? You got this, all right. You think you got it for right now. Then a couple years down the line, you figure out, man, you made the biggest mistake in your life. You understand me? Don't lean upon your own understanding. How you know we shouldn't lean upon our own understanding? Did not the Lord say the mind is desperately wicked? Then I would be a fool to listen to myself. I'd be a fool to lean upon my own understanding, knowing how wicked my mind is, knowing the wicked thoughts that's in the mind, how you don't know if it's Satan or it's of the Lord, then maybe you lean upon somebody else's understanding and you trust in the Most High God and not yourself. Let's read on.
Come. In the sight of God and man.
In the sight of God and man. Let's go to Mark 12 and 31. Let's start at 29. We're going to read down to the end of 31, okay? Young man, you got it.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29. And Jesus answered him, first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
See that? Meaning you got to give him all your strength, all your ability. It's almost like how we go to work, we go to slavery, right? And we work our tails off. You understand me? When it comes to his laws, man, we got to work like that, man. Harder, man. 100 times harder. Give him our all. Read on.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
See that? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I'm not going to rob another black man because I don't want a black man to rob me. I'm not going to sell drugs to your mother because I don't want nobody to sell my mother drugs, man. I'm not going to have sex with your woman because I don't want nobody to have sex with my woman. You understand me? If I'm hungry, right? And if I had $5 because you need some food, I'm going to give you that $5 so you can eat. Because if I was hungry, I would want what? I would want somebody to give me something to eat, man. You understand me? When the Lord say love thy brother as thyself, meaning treat somebody how you want to be treated. You understand me? Watch how you talk to people. Watch how you treat people, man. Watch what you do around people. Right fast, let's go to Hebrews 13 and 1. Because brotherhood is very important. You understand me? A nation can be divided, man, without brotherhood. You understand me? Brotherhood is a weapon. Sisterhood is a weapon. You understand me? And with true brotherhood and true brothers and sisters being on one accord in the same mind, that's something that cannot be broken. Cannot be broken, man. Go ahead and read Hebrews 13 and verse 1, young man.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue.
What does that mean? When you say let brotherly love continue, what does that mean? Let brotherly love continue. Let brotherly love continue. What he's saying is, don't just be a brother around the brothers. You understand me? Let it continue. When you at work, be a brother. Be a good brother. Be a good supervisor. Don't be an asshole. You understand me? Be a brother, when you're at the supermarket. Be a brother when you're in the club. God damn. Be a brother when you out chilling, eating, going out, man, for dinner. Let brotherly love continue. Let's read on.
Verse 2, be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Now, who is the strangers here? Brothers that you don't know. Okay, that's a stranger. It's like, hey, I don't know you, right? But God's saying entertain strangers, meaning even be a brother to people you don't know. Okay, to men or women you don't know. And this is why. Read.
For thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
Man, you don't even know, man. You could have been downtown, man, and you bought a brother a bear. Man, that brother was a damn angel of God. You understand me? And after he done got done drinking the bear, man, he done went up to the Most High God, and he said, man, that brother bought me a bear, man. Now, can you imagine being downtown? Now, I'm not saying, man, go downtown drinking beer with everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, man. Don't have me to be counseling. God damn. You understand me? The point is, right, be a brother no matter what, because you never know who you are around. You understand me? And this might be that day that the Lord is testing your brotherhood. You understand what you don't want the angels to say. Man, I asked him for a beer. He said, we'll get a job. Lord, what? God damn. You don't even know, man. You was just an asshole to an angel of God. It was like, God damn, you could have got a blessing, man. You could have been blessed, man. You understand? You could have bought him a cheeseburger or something, some food, and then you wonder why your life is hell. Damn. That's why the Lord said, let brotherly love continue. Right. You understand me? 24/7, because some have entertained angels unaware. If you knew it was an angel, what would you do? So you're talking about one bear, man, you get 20. You get 20 bears if you knew he was an angel. You understand me? Be careful, man, how you treat people, man. You understand me? It is very, 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 very important, man, to be a brother 24/7. Okay, let's read on.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity.
There you go, bro. Remember our people, man. You understand? We in bondage, man. Going through hell together, man. I'm not better than the next black man. You understand me? We all came here together and we struggled together. And we're going to get up out of here together under our king, the black man by the name of Christ, Yahushua Mashiach. Let's read on.
As being yourselves also in the body. Verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
All right, we can drop that. That's going into something else. Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 17 right fast. All right. And hold on, bear with me 1 second. Hold on. All right, go ahead and read that. Yadiah, you hold 2 Peter 1 and 7 for me, please.
Come, okay.
Young man, you can go ahead and read Leviticus 19 and 17.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
See that? Now, of course, in our minds, we can be like, man, I can't stand this brother right here. You understand me? It starts by just a thought. And then that thought turns into an action. Okay, which is why the Lord is saying we can't hate our people in our minds. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Listen, brother, do something wrong to you, go to him, talk to him, be a man. God damn, we are men and women. Hey, don't go behind sister's back on Facebook, throwing shade at her. Go to her like God said to go to he or thee alone. Read on.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And not suffer what?
Sin upon him.
And not suffer sin upon the brother, man. Be ye angry, but sin not. Listen, don't let Satan play you, man. Hey, listen, he play you, man, you'll be in prison for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So you done miss your children graduation. Okay, they done grew and you wasn't even around. Be ye angry, but sin not. Don't suffer sin upon your brothers or sisters. Read.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Let it go, man. Your father wasn't around. Let it go. We in captivity. You ain't have the best mother. Let me tell you something. I ain't neither. I ain't have the best of father neither, or sister. I ain't have the best mother neither. Let it go. Let it go, man. Let all that wrath towards our people go, because we all are suffering together. Maybe our parents were destroyed because they didn't have the knowledge of God. Well, you have it, and what are you going to do with it? The Lord said, thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against. Read.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
And bear what?
Any grudge against the children of thy people.
See that? You can't hold a grudge against none of your people. Now, you can hold a grudge against the Armenians. Listen, I've been holding me a grudge against the Chinese, man, for going on about 10 years now. You died. Man, they talking about Asian hate, man. I'm like, oh, man, that shit made me hate more Asians. You understand me? I cannot stand them. They made me sick. They make me sick. But when it comes to our people, man, we cannot hold grudges. Gotta let it go, man. You understand? Like God said, how can I forgive you when you can't forgive nobody else? You understand me? Forgive me as I forgive my debtors, man. We want God to have mercy on us. Well, goddamn, that income tax money ain't that deep. Let it go. Let it go, man. Don't sweat that. It ain't that serious. Okay? Let's read on.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
But thou shalt what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
You don't want nobody to hold a grudge on you? Then don't hold it on nobody else. Okay? Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, man. Of course, we know what neighbor is, man. Read it earlier. The children of thy people. All right? Read the last one I called for you, Don. I'm going to wrap it up.
2 Peter 1:7.
Uh-huh.
And to godliness, brotherly kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And to brotherly kindness, charity.
There you go, man. Be kind. Be kind and give. Help your people. Help our people, man. You understand? So we can get up off this hell we are in today in America. Do anybody have any questions before I wrap it up? We good online, you died?
Come.
Okay, no sweat. With that being said, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer, you died.
Give Captain Ahmad Yashar another strong hand. That being said, we're the Isupk, so out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, you're off limits for 6 months. You're to share yourself with the world. If you need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a particular person, to that brother or sister. And after that 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe is the commandment. You can read about that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashura means 10th in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offer for the priest, which is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, up and come a holy convocation, will be the Feast of First Fruits. It starts after the Sabbath on unleavened bread, Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. Count 50 days, celebrate the 50th day, which will be Sunday, June 20th, 2021. Start before sundown, and you can read about that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 10 through 22. Make sure you check the bulletin board in the hallway for any future events. We also have the East Coast Cookout coming up. I believe that date is August the 20th. Where we going up, you know what I mean, to New York. I'll get the exact date, by tomorrow. With that, if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you got to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, headband, scarf. And with that, I admonish them to reach the stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Admonish, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Barak Atham, Yashmatah, Sar, turn to face sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Admonish, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Al-Tham Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Yashmatah, with his hands down, class dismissed.